on bond for theft.
Yes, sir.
And now you've picked up another. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
On February 17th, 2025, an officer was sitting in a Walmart parking lot and observed a male wearing a black jacket, red shirt, and brown pants running at a full sprint from the front of the store with what appeared to be a large box holding near his waist and trying to conceal with a jacket. The officer shouted to the male to stop running approximately 60 feet away. The defendant stopped, made eye contact with the officer, and entered the passenger side of a motor vehicle. The officer shouted for both occupants to stop, at which time the motor vehicle sped off, exiting the parking lot. The officer was advised by another.
All right, strap in, because this one kicks off like a scene straight out of a crime drama. Picture it, February 17th, 2025. A man dashes out of a Walmart like he's running a sprint, clutching a suspicious-looking box with zero subtlety. A nearby officer spots him, gives a loud command to stop, and the guy? He locks eyes with the cop, then jumps into a waiting car and peels off like it's a movie chase. Broad daylight, no effort to hide. Bold, but not clever. Officers track him to a nearby Valero gas station, pull him in, and confirm what they suspected. He's no stranger to trouble. His rap sheet already has clouds looming overhead, and this stunt just added thunder.
He was behind the motor vehicle at a Valero gas station parking lot. The defendant was detained and recognized as the same person observed to run away from the store. The complainant, a loss prevention associate, provided video showing the defendant walking past all points of sales with a speaker, total value $289, and the defendant was later ID'd by his Texas driver's license.
He's on bond for a prior.
The case wasn't built on speculation. Loss prevention had the full play-by-play. High-quality video caught him casually strolling past every register with a $289 speaker, completely unfazed, no bag, no receipt, no attempt to pay. Just walked out the front like he owned the place. When police ran his ID, it pinged back to a Texas driver's license. And here's the kicker. He was already out on bond for previous assault and theft charges. So instead of using that break to clean up, he's stacking offenses like chips in a game he's destined to lose. The court's patience? Wearing thin.
For prior theft, yes, sir.
Right. Was that at the Walmart? And did we order him not to go to a Walmart?
That prior theft was from a Home Depot, Judge.
I can't continue to give you PR bonds, Mr. Mary.
Yes, sir.
You continue to pick up cases. What am I supposed to?
I'm picking up.
Stop.
Yes.
I'm not asking you to talk. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to continue to give you PR bonds. You're going to stay with me. You picked up a bond while you're on bond. I told you not to pick up any more cases. You've now picked up another case.
Nobody told me anything. The first time was,
Stop. I'm revoking your bond. I'm putting you in jail now. I'm going to appoint you a lawyer and we'll talk and we'll figure out where to go from here. But this is the third PR bond now. No, sir.
This is where the courtroom takes a hard turn. The judge isn't playing referee to excuses. I told you not to get into any more trouble, she says firmly. And with that, his bond is yanked. Gone. Just like that. This isn't daycare. It's the justice system. This is not a negotiation. She reminds him when he starts mumbling some denial. His response, nobody told me anything. But the courtroom isn't buying it. They want accountability, not confusion. This isn't theater. It's about respecting the rule of law, plain and simple.
It's 3.
it's not me though. I only have
This
2.
is not a negotiation right now.
2.
I will appoint you a lawyer. I want you to talk to someone and then we'll figure out where we're going from here.
And
We're approaching with Mr. John Mary. We have a plea that should be before the bench.
Oh, on both.
Yes, sir.
Did you just get appointed today?
I did.
Did you want time to look to see about any discovery or anything?
Well, I've spoken with Mr. Mary, and I've gone through the offense report, at least what's here in the Dems. One of the theft cases is for $103. The other one is like $289, and he is under the impression that that taking a plea on this case would be more beneficial for him because he can't afford to pay $5,000.
Now there are no more safety nets. Sitting beside a new attorney, The defendant finally hears what he's up against. 2 theft charges, one for $13, the other for $289. Doesn't matter how small one of them is. Together they speak volumes. His lawyer doesn't sugarcoat it. Take the plea deal, he says. Why? Because a $25,000 bond is out of reach, and jail is now a very real destination. This isn't about guilt anymore. It's about survival in a system where options run. Drive fast. Everyone in the room sees it. When the money's gone and second chances are spent, a plea deal becomes the last door left open.
Mr. Mary, all I want are my streets to be safe. That's all I want. We gave you a PR bond on your first case. You took off. You didn't come back. We gave you another PR bond. And this time, on the new PR bond, you picked up another case.
That's true.
The point I'm trying to make is
Okay.
I don't want people to plead guilty just to get out. That's not what I
Yes,
want.
sir.
What I want is no more issues. That's what I want. So I don't want him to plead guilty just to get out. And I feel that that's happening here. So
Time to face the fallout. The judge doesn't mince words. All I care about is keeping the streets safe. She reminds him he had his shot. He got bonded out once and vanished, only to reappear in handcuffs. She's seen this pattern before, and she's done with the cycle. This isn't justice. It's a revolving door, she says. She's not interested in hollow guilty pleas just to empty the docket. She wants actual change, and she delivers the ultimatum. Next slip up? We're not talking about another short jail stint. We're talking felonies. That tightrope he's walking, it's fraying fast.
if I give you a third chance, how do I know you're not going to pick up yet another case? Mr. Mary, we have resources here. All you have to do is ask. If you want food, if you want clothes, if you want something to, eat, if you need a place to sleep, if you want a job, we have resources for you. All you have to do is ask. But this is a problem because this,
Yeah, I know.
with this right here, pick up another one, you're now looking at a felony charge.
Here comes the final warning. The judge locks eyes with him. No more Home Depot. No more Walmart. No more nonsense. She's stern, but not heartless. If he needs food, clothes, shelter, a job, help is there. But he has to ask. He has to take ownership. This is the moment of truth. The court is extending a lifeline, but it's the last one. There's a difference between compassion and getting played, and this judge knows the difference. She's offering support, not another loophole.
Your Honor, may I? On that first case, it looks as if those were work tools that he was appropriating. On the second,
Let's not talk. Look, I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out. That's not the way that, but I'm going to tell you now that I don't like to play games. If I give you another PR bond, and look me now, because if I find that you pick up another case or you don't show up to court, we will have issues. And I'm telling you, I will not do it. This just to plead guilty to get out. It's not going to happen. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will give you another chance. I don't want you to go to any more Home Depots. I don't want you to go to any.
Let's be clear, this isn't a game. The judge lays out the truth like a roadmap. Missed court dates, petty theft, lies, all in the rear view, but not forgotten. She wants eye contact, not excuses. This isn't about outsmarting the system. It's about respecting it, she tells him. One more misstep, one more new charge, and the leniency ends. There won't be another quiet courtroom speech. This is the final act before the consequences lock in.
It was what, Walmart, right?
Let me double check, Your Honor.
No Walmart. Do you understand? Any of them. No Home Depots. And I will have you speak to counsel now so that whatever you need, we can try to get for you.
Yes, sir.
You understand? But this is not a good way to just, it's setting you up to fail. And that's
Yeah.
not what we do. You understand, Mr. Mayor? Okay. I'm gonna grant you a PR bond on both cases. But we need to find out where we're gonna go next, because I don't want any more issues. You must appear in court every single time, and I want you to stay in contact with counsel. He's gonna give you his cell or a number to him. There's no excuse why you can't get in touch with him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Really, I'm not asking much. Just don't pick up any new cases and stay in contact with counsel. That's all I'm asking you to do. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is not the right way. All right.
Understand.
So if you don't mind speaking to him real quick
Thank
to
you.
see what we can work out for any kind of resources he may need.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And just like that, he's given one last shot. The judge grants personal recognizance bonds on both charges, but with strings attached. Court dates? Non-negotiable. Communication with his lawyer? Constant. No room for disappearing. This isn't the system giving up on him. It's one final offer to turn things around. But mess it up, and that's it. No more warnings, no more breaks. The community's watching, and so are the consequences. The clock's ticking, and this story's far from over.